Why is it 5 packs? Or 5 ticks? Oh no. $2. Alright, I don't have to take it. Hey Carlos. So Bloodlord's unbeatable, but 2 colors. Strike is one of the better uncommons. Sparkton Dragon is one of the better commons. But I think Strike and Bloodlord are both better. But since the next couple of cards in this pack are all red, maybe I take this thing? Because it should go Lightning Strike, then Dragon, and then it's close between Finish and Divination. Alright, let's try it. Was there even a Spores in that pack? I didn't see it. That probably goes after the Strike and before the Finish. I'm just gonna go. Bloodletter's better with this. I think Golem is a better card in general, but just because it's colorless and stuff, a better pick in general, I should say. But maybe I just take this because like this is already a pretty like committal first pick. Like I took a multicolor card over a bunch of single color cards, which is generally not advisable. So maybe I just do a little forcing here. Pass that dragon on by. And another one. Not much to write home about in this pack. Alright, we have a theme. Bogart Brute is quite good. Artificer is excellent if you can get it to work, and its floor is pretty... I mean, it's a hill giant. How bad could it be? Ooh. I like this card a lot. It's great with the tokens. Obviously, it's better in red-black than black-white, but it's still quite excellent. I don't have like a real life gain theme yet, you know, like these are just incidental cards, and this is like pretty easy to proc with just like Child of Night and the 1/3 lifelink for 2, and you know, stuff that like Caress, stuff that you're playing anywhere that gains life incidentally. I don't have to take a 5-drop. The Drill Master is actually quite good as well, especially when you do have those Child of Night type cards. But happy to take the Heartbeat here. And, you know, I could still be red-black. I don't necessarily have to play this thing. And here we get our chance. I'm going to speculate on the Act of Treason. Because I don't think we care about an Epicure of Blood, and we can get a Mind Rot and a Pack Beast later. But if we do end up in a sacrifice deck, then Act of Treason is like the most important card for you. Neonate is good with this thing, but I don't need to make this work, and I'm not necessarily that deck yet. Pack Beast again, I can get those whenever, but if I do am red-black, then this thing is very good. I don't think a Johnny's Welcome is great. You would have to be pretty heavy life gain. Definitely better than Mighty Leap. Horror is not good. Well, just the top common making it around. This should have been like the second pick out of this pack. Or the third pick, I mean. Because we took this thing and then somebody should take strike. So this is offensive. And that's why you speculate. Even though I took the like pretty committal first pick, you can still be flexible. I don't care about any of these cards. I guess I'll take this thing. Good 2-drop. I'll just take this for signal reasons. I'm not playing it though. This card's actually not too bad in some decks. Red-black being one of them, just because draw 4 is good. Just because black's creatures are generally pretty small. I feel like this is the pick over Lich's Caress. Maybe wheel the egg, since red seemed open. It is one nice boy. One swampy boy. The deckhand's very good as well, but obviously we're nowhere near that. Also, removal's like kind of replaceable. Like red-black, there's so much removal, and you can turn things like this into removal. It actually gets kind of ridiculous. You don't really... I don't want to say you don't have to prioritize removal, because you still do, but something to think about. There's Smart Bird and Bonds. A couple cards we can't really do anything with. So I guess I just Dissenter. If this was something bad, like if this was like the even a Walking Corpse or like a 3/2 flash, then I would take Bonds over Smart Bird and Herald of Faith, because I think that... Oh no, I would take Herald of Faith and hedge back towards being this deck. But Dissenter is good enough, and good enough in this deck, that happy to just take it, even though I'm passing much, much better cards. Let's just sit up straight. Dragon number 2. Macabre Waltz is definitely a card you want one of, but you can get those later. I think this Minotaur is actually pretty bad. I've seen Nassif like take it pretty high and play a lot of them, and I just don't think it's good. Obviously the Archer's insane, but we are definitely not green. I can say that. We are almost certainly red. We're definitely black, almost certainly red, and very slight possibility of white, but that's it. These Spark Tongues are actually really good with the contract too, because it makes sure that you have enough gas to keep going. They like, you just draw this many lands and then you don't have impactful enough plays because you're like a red-black aggro-ish deck. These cards really help make sure that you don't get stuck with that. Rogue's Glove, pretty good with this thing, I guess. Two-headed zombie, excuse me, super replaceable. Fire Elemental, not good, and I'm already 5 heavy. This is not a 5, but kind of acts like at least a 4. This thing acts like a 4 and can be pretty good. We got flyers and menace things. I think it's better than the axe. I'd rather just draw cards. Oh, puke. Puke, puke, puke. Archer or Barons? Oh, I could take this thing. I don't want either of these or this, so it would just be exactly this card against all this red. No, that's bad. My red's just way better. So now it's dual or archer. Yeah, I think it's way better than the axe in general. I just wanted to see if I was like aggressive enough that I actually wanted to kill them, but definitely not. Double black and double reds, but they're pretty high. I'll take the archer. It's pretty good when you can like play this and then like shoot their 2-1 or whatever. Skeleton and another act of treason. I only have one sack outlet, and these both work with sack outlets, but skeleton is better on its own. So I'm gonna take that. I'm very happy with that pickup. This card is extremely good. Its floor is very, very high, and then its ceiling is unbelievable. Don't think I'll end up with enough big things to use this. Even my big things are 3/3s. And I don't want Fire Elemental either, so I'll take a Duress for the board. Could take the Axe. Yeah, I'll probably play the Axe. I don't want any more equipment, though. Like, 2 pieces is more than enough. I do want to get a Duress at some point, though. Well, now I wish I took the Duress and I could take this Axe, but I'll take a random 2, I guess. Yeah, Archer puts in some work. I like it a lot. I don't care about any of these cards. I'll take this just in case. If I get like 3 of them, maybe I just play the Bloodlord anyway. Happy to get a Mind Rot, another Axe. These are easy to come by, I guess. Easier to come by than I would have guessed. Thought there would be semi-high picks for a lot of the different archetypes. I think the Havoc Devil sucks, unless you're real aggressive and have like Sure Strikes, in which case it's awesome. But if you like have other 4s and 5s, then it's not good. Happy to get another Mind Rot. Having 2 Mind Rots also means that it's less likely that I need to get a Duress. I don't want to play this if I don't have to, but I will if it comes to it. 3rd Mind Rot is much worse. The first Mind Rot, if the first Mind Rot is at 100%, efficacy, the second one's at like 90%, and the third one's at like 30%. Hello! Doesn't get much better than that. And this pack is almost strong enough that we'll get the Waltz back. Like, there's Deckhand and Switcheroo, or Deckhand's very good, Switcheroo's good, but maybe hard to use. Courser and Courser, the Archer, Wall, the Duel. I don't know, it's iffy. It's going to be close, but I do want to get it back. But yeah, this thing's obviously busted and perfect for us. Siege Flyno, which is the name for this card that I heard in the Twitch chat and enjoyed greatly. We ended up with like just a powerful deck. I thought we were going to be Red Black Sacrifice when we got the Harpy and Active Treason early, but this life gain also helps offset the contract and helps if I want to do the Bloodlord thing, which seems out of reach now, but, you know, it's still like a 1%er. So I'm going to acknowledge it in my thought process anyway. Maybe I get the duress back out of this one. I don't really need it anymore, though. Gigantosaurus. Pretty easy pick. It does suck that getting it back you can't then get it to die again, but yeah, epicures are playable, but not great. Ding. I want that sky scanner, but I guess we have enough 3-drops and flyers and card advantage. I think sky scanner is very good, but obviously not something we need. Lich's Caress, on the other hand, definitely something we could use. I guess they're starting to get not great, but like its worst case scenario is a 5-mana 3/3 flyer, so I can't really complain about it. But I feel like they're going to be a little hard to use. Can't exactly Phylactery Lich. And this thing doesn't exactly work with like Active Treason and stuff, but I got some Dissenters, a Skeleton. Even if I don't play it main, I can board it in against Luminous Bonds and the Neg 6 ice thing. Even Wind Reader was a baiting, man. That card was sick. The Golgi Apparatus or just Brute number 3. A late stag. There was a stag in the last pack too. Not this one, but the one before it. I think there was a stag. The one I got the dragon in. What I can do is resurrect the Dissenter with the Awakener and then Sun Cleanser it. It's going to take the Brute, I think. Sure Strike? Better than the Apparatus? I don't have, removal. Like, I don't have, like, Shock or... I wish I had a Strike instead of this thing, obviously. I actually don't know if Sure Strike or Apparatus is better in this deck. I'm going to take Apparatus. Hey, we did get our Waltz back. That's huge. Definitely playing that. Got a Duress too. Oh yeah, the Lich. Well, the thing about the Lich is that if they put the Phylactery Lich counter on like a normal artifact, then you can't Sun Cleanser it. It has to be an artifact creature, because the Sun Cleanser can only... Hey, we got one anyway. Can only remove counters from creatures or players. If it was permanents, it could like nuke like Flame Tongue Kavu, a Planeswalker, which would be kind of busted. Not busted, but like good enough that it might actually see play in Constructed. But if they just like put the Phylactery counter on a piece of equipment, then your Sun Cleanser still doesn't work. Alright, so I get to cut like Walking Corpse. Ooh, that was weird. Probably cut the Active Treason. I just have Harpy for sack outlets. And the Blood Divination if I play it, which I'm not even sure that I want to play it main. I guess I do. Like, I have really good ways to use my mana. Probably don't need this thing. One more cut in 17 lands. Has that kind of built itself? Yeah. Like, these three are all just great to sacrifice to it. But I don't really have anything else I want to sacrifice to it. Obviously something that they enchant. Is the axe not worth it? Should I just play the Sure Strike? No, axe has got to be good. Maybe the Sure Strike's the cut. Kind of hard to leave open mana on this deck. And it's good with these, but not really that great with these. Well, I don't want to cut any of my creatures. I think all of my creatures are good, and I like this creature count. Not cutting either of these, obviously. Not cutting this, not cutting the gloves. Not cutting the waltz. I don't want to cut axe either. So it's just one of these two. I guess it is just Sure Strike. Anyone disagree? Waltz doesn't feel great. I think it's good. Let's me go Grindhouse. Obviously great with these. Make sure this can get some value. Yeah, I mean, Strike is definitely good with these. Also pretty good with this. I think the cut is one of these. Maybe I just don't need the Blood Divination if I have Contract, Waltz. Surprisingly tough. Seems fine since we have gloves contract. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely close. I'm gonna go with my first instinct, which was to cut the strike. We can board around, depending, obviously. More black than red. 9-8. Yep. $11-6. Ooh, buddy. Oh, hey, Lassen, what's up? Forgot to do this yesterday. Magic. This. Dude, we're gonna attempt at 10-7. Dragon needs 3. Needs 3 on, triple on 8. So I don't think that's really an option. Nice. Oh, go. Are we a play first? We probably have to play first. Our 3 drops are too good on offense. We have all of our 2 drops. The main event, Ifro's not at the final table, so who cares? Why am I lagging? I just opened Moto before the draft. Alright. Why am I lagging so hard? Makes no sense. Do I have... Oh, I have like Skype open and shit. Maybe that's why. Oh, I should not swear if I'm on the big screen, right? Steam, don't need you. Why do I have all these programs open? iTunes, you can go. I'm always a little weirded out when they don't attack. It's like, I know I get to attack back for 2, but like, aren't you the aggro here? Maybe not. Maybe they're the like card advantage-y, or maybe they have like a life gain green-white deck. Is that possible? Not a lot of the payoffs are white. The problem with that. I need to find my glasses. I can't like lean back in my chair and see and read the cards. Yeah, it's a Kata. Ooh. Kata going for number 2 is obviously a sick storyline. I'm gonna have to restart Magic Online. Look at how much I'm lagging for no reason. How do I purge something stupid? Purge, there we go. So I'm just gonna start eating stuff, I think. I don't see any real reason to hold back. What? There's not like a neck snap or anything, is there? An exile? I don't know the tricks. I don't know the tricks. There's +4/+4 and +2/2 in flying. +2/+1. Plummet. Actually don't know the tricks. +1/+7, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that untapped, nothing that gives reach. I can't remember if there's a no because there's no exile because it's assassinate. The fact that this token comes into play untapped is pretty sick. Cute. Very cute. One of the like 3 cards it could possibly hit. It's just until I kill this, right? Yeah. I can just chump with it and waltz it back. And by chump, I mean double with my dragon. Yeah, we were talking about this the other day in Ronnie's chat. There are very, very few cards that actually hits. It's just very clearly a constructed card, and a total miss at that, but that notwithstanding. Not much you can do about it, or not much you can do with it in this format. Whoa, almost just passed. I'm lagging. Why am I lagging so hard? It's insane. No. And F6 on their turn, and then close Magic Online. Yeah, Hydra's the insane one. The rest of the counter things are like kind of incidental counters. Like the Ajani Planeswalker puts counters on, +1/+1 counters on creature, and the Harpy gets counters. The Phylactery Lich thing, but it has to be on a creature. Almost typed my old password. Oh, I got it wrong anyway. Pridemate. Pridemate's the other, like, legit one. Then the blue-green thing that, like, jumps things, that puts counters on things. What? Why did it play a pack opening sound? Alright, they killed dragons somehow. We'll find out soon eventually. Or will we? Alright, it was Meteor Golem. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm glad my computer wasn't acting up like this the other day when I was trying to play like my crazy grindy deck for a million turns. We can get these back. And play the Harpy. Discarding the Brute, obviously. Or I can just play the Dragon and pass and try and double. Then if they have a trick, I waltz the turn after. That's not as good. I should just do it now, right? Make sure I targeted the right things. Ugh, Magic Online, please. Yeah, it puts a corpse counter on it that makes it so that if it would leave play, it exiles instead, so you can take the corpse counter off. There's like some artifacts that have counters. Suncleanser doesn't hit them, but there are also things that animate artifacts. So if you animate an artifact with a counter on it, you can remove those. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. For a lot of those cards, the counter is just um, like a better practices thing, so that to clear up like communication confusion. I don't actually know if that's the case on this one. We can look since it's in my deck. Please don't kill me with 2 pump spells. They probably would have all-ined if they had a bunch of pump spells. What do they have? They're just missing a color? All right. I'm just gonna pump this thrisely and get this back with the other 2. Probably could have taken a line this game where I would get aggressive somehow, but I think I'm just favored, so I just want to not die to this thing. Okay, that might be what they were saving up for. No, all right. Probably just want to activate it 2 more times, right? So then I can threaten lethal. It feels very unlikely that they're like slow rolling a plummet or something, so I'm not going to play around it. It would be the sickest slow roll of all time. What they might actually have is fog, since they just haven't done anything, despite having multiple cards in hand for multiple turns. With that in mind, maybe I just attack with this. No blocks. No blocks. I don't want to lose the fog. right? Fog makes just way too much sense. And if they just have oh, ding ding ding, if they just have uh nothing, like if they just have lands, then we win anyway. So it's not like, oh, they don't have it, you don't have to play around it. Like, I think playing around it's pretty free. Master of Magic. Oh, Magix, excuse me. What's up? How's it going? Are you back home? How was your vacay? Gigantosaurus. Dude, were you Greeny T? Were you here the other day when we played against the deck with mono green deck with two Gigantosauruses? Leanin Vanguard is not a card I'm scared of. That was sick. The double Gigantosaurus deck almost got us. Got us one game. Yeah, eventful. Eventful is one way to put it for sure. Alright, I still don't want to lose to Fog. So. Palladium Moors, and they just... Oh, yeah, well that's the other thing, right? They could just have like a Banefire in their hand. It was sick. They had the enchant, not this one, but the one that makes 3/3s and two of the talons. And then like I killed the things with talons on them and the 3/3s and like had walls and stuff and it was all good. And then they played Gigantosaurus. And then the next one they attacked instead of getting back talons and enchanting it. And I was like, what? They're letting me chump their Gigantosaurus? And yeah, they took a turn off to play another Gigantosaurus. And then put talons on both of them over the next two turns. And we were defeated. But won game 2 and 3, thankfully. Some of the green beef is like pretty impressive. I mean, you have to get up to 5, but then you get 4/5, 5/5 Vig, 6/6 trample for 6. There's like one other good fatty. There's the 7 drop, and then there's a bunch of rares, obviously. Even at 4, you get the 5/3 hexproof at uncommon, and I feel like I'm forgetting like a 4 mana 4/4 or something. Yeah, we were like 6 or 7 toughness off of being able to survive the double Gigantosaurus hit and winning. Alright. I was gonna say, now I have to like come up with another attack. I'm willing to just show them the card. The Caress. This should be a good matchup for us, I think. We don't have a ton of removal, but we're pretty good against creatures in general. Active Treason is kind of sick. against Gigantiform and Pegasus Courser. I don't know if that's worth it. We don't really need any of the rest of this stuff. Like Duress and Mind Rot aren't good. Sure Strike seems not great either. Might be better than this though. We didn't see any like bonds or anything. We didn't really see like combat tricks either, so I guess Sure Strike's probably good. The problem with this thing in a matchup like green-white is like I'm gonna outcard them anyway unless they get like some insane Enchantress draw. So it's important that like I don't fall behind on board, and this card helps you get ahead on board, and this card like doesn't impact the board and actually like negatively impacts it, which is rare and weird for a card to do. Like, you know, like Tidings, you know, hurts, and it doesn't impact the board, but it doesn't actively make you further behind. This thing seems good in this matchup. The gloves actually seem pretty good too. The Archer seems good. I think we have a good matchup. But anything can happen. I'll just put you off to the side, maybe under my life pad. Keep. This thing's insane against, like, dorky creatures, too. I don't think we saw any, like, Highland game or anything like that. There was the 1-1 that pumps and gains life if you have a ton, and the Sky Scanner, or the X-ones. Oh, no 1-1. I'm happy. One of my favorite things in Magic is that having the 3/3s that are so good that they're like great on 3, but they can also totally be 4-drops. Because I think having a bunch of 4-drops, that's like a really common thing in Limited these days, and in these formats. And 4s are just so much worse than 3s in terms of like your ability to do multiple things in a turn, and you know, mulliganing and not having all your lands. Like, if you can operate on 3 lands for a little while, then your deck can mulligan a lot better. The difference between 3 and 4 is huge, and then the difference between 4 and 5 is massive too, obviously. But I think everybody already knows about 4 to 5, but I think 3 to 4 is the new 4 to 5. There it is on turn 3 for some reason. Definitely chumping. Just need 3 total or 3 other? 3 total. Alright, so that's why they waited. They just wanted this curve to make sure this counter got on. An Archer would be nice. Actually, do I chump? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say take it. That thing's good. I'll do that on 4. Hey! Blue Spider, what's up? What's this? Ooh, TwitchCon badge. Ooh la la. So I got some good blocks. I can just double this thing if nothing else happens. Otherwise, this here and this here is pretty good. Obviously, you don't want to trade your 3-drop for a 1-drop, especially when it's already gotten value, but like I can't just let this happen much longer. Definitely glad I have Sure Strike in my deck instead of draw 3 sack a thing. Help me get out from under this, potentially. Like if I drew it here, I could just play Skeleton and look like I just am leaving Animate Skeleton up. And then Sure Strike my way out of it. Again, we saw no combat tricks, so if they send this, I'm just doubling. Yep. They're just slow playing to get this thing huge. Dude, same. Reassembling Skeleton is just so fun to use. I said this when I drafted it, but it's like its floor is incredibly high, and it's for a floor, and its ceiling is like through the roof. That is exactly the type of card that I like. X. I'll just get it onto the battlefield. Having to be an off turn with this. If this attacks, should only start next turn. Because now that this is in play, I can triple this. So this turns into the Abyss the turn after, probably. Unless I equip or play another creature, which I am going to do. But what am I even trying to say? By playing 1 power, I'm staying on pace with this. Even though 4 mana for 1 power is not ideal, it's enough. Yeah, when they first printed this thing, I had some friends that were like, oh, sweet, Drudge Skeletons. And they're like, yeah, that's a pretty good limited card. I'm just like, no, this thing's... You don't understand. This thing's not Drudge Skeletons. Yep. Ooh. Alright. Well, I'm playing Bloodletter and equipping it, so hopefully they just have nothing and can't get through that. Definitely could have used Archer or Apparatus this game. Yeah, like Drudge Skeletons is a good limited card, and this is at worst a Drudge Skeletons. And then it scales like crazy. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh. This game's about to get weird, folks. I'm just gonna, like, be hanging on by a thread with this thing. Will they try and muster enough to like get past it or kill me or whatever? I did ask for that. Do I just kill this thing while I still can? Probably. Yeah, discard it to Waltz or Tormenting Voice or whatever. There's a bunch of cards that make you discard. Sift. I'm forgetting one. Waltz, Sift, Tormenting Voice. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Someone in chat, help me out. My brain doesn't work. I have a bad brain. There's the Planeswalker. I don't think that was the card I was thinking of, but... Ooh, what a draw. Kills the axe so that I can't eat coursers. So we need Caress, exactly, pretty much. Or I guess like even a dragon is good. I got 3 dragons. God, and that thing gets to attack. Caress is the nut. That death touches. That does not get it done. So I can chump this, take a bunch. Start here, I guess. I can get in too. So I can get this back, drain one more, and chump one more. But I don't think... I guess, and then Caress. I take a bunch again. I'm not doing the math. I don't care that they see this card. I am just dead though, right? Actually. I thought I was going to survive, but I'm not. I'm dead. Let's see if they see it. Uh-oh, lag again. What was that? Showed Archer's crouch for a second. Ray Jet with the follow, thank you. This could have attacked also. Right. Oh, I still go to 1. So I guess it doesn't matter. That's Sun Cleanser though. Oh yeah, I forgot to check if this was with the corpse counter on. If that creature, yeah, the corpse counter doesn't do anything. That's funny. Dead. Those Pegasus Coursers are definitely the best thing my opponent's deck have going on. If I had any answers to them, I'd be playing them, I feel. Active treason doesn't get it done with only one sack outlet. This thing helps dig for answers for the coursers. That's tough. Is it worth it? Because I think Sure Strike's good. Master of Magics. Thank you. Bet some fun exchanges on Twitter. I appreciate the fun exchanges on Twitter because there are a lot of really unfun exchanges on Twitter. I kind of want this in my deck, but I don't know how. Is it crazy to just cut one of these? They have like a ton of 2-1s and 2-2s and stuff. I will play first, I think. Yeah, if I was on the draw, I would have to mulligan this, so I'm glad I played first. But this is gonna be a tight one. My opponent mulliganed, that helps. We gotta draw like a dissenter, something quick. Alright. You are awesome too, hand hearts. Take it easy. Two drop? Not Pride Mate? Anything but Pride Mate? Please not a Pride Mate? I'll take it. Serpy boy, what's up? That's kind of a good 4-drop. I definitely don't want to just like play this and play this. That was never the plan. So I was looking for a 4-drop also. If they just bonds this, that's actually pretty great for us. That's the most efficient we can be with our mana. But I guess this and attack is really good too. They would have to like... No, never mind. We're good either way. Yep, Rayjet. That is who that is. In addition to being a healer, she is also a wife. Congratulations to them for that. Now my opponent's deep in the tank. Probably thinking about just Oaken forming this. They only saw one piece of removal, right? There's just the Caress. I mean, that's the only one I have, so... Shouldn't say that like, oh, I got secrets from them. That thing and no land. Now I can do this. Do I even attack? I think I just want to play like uber defensive. I really, really don't think that I'm going to like race my opponent. I think I need to get the game to go long. Like trading 3 for 2 is not good. And if I get a chance to trade with this, I would like to. So they drew their 4th land. The fact that they like had this in hand and tanked first main, I thought it was going to be Oakenform, but if this is their play, then they wouldn't have tanked, right? This is, you obviously played this before you play your Oakenform. Yeah, I definitely want the game to go long. Yeah, Riley. I think 3 for 2 is. I mean, the number 3 is bigger than the number 2. That much you have working for you. That's working against me. But beyond that, strategically, yeah, that thing's pretty good against me and what I got going on. Give me a 3-3. All right, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that was not good. So just trading this off however I can. And hoping they just don't have any way to kill this. We only saw a really Meteor Golem, which they are not even close to being able to cast. I don't have anything that costs 1, do I? Oh, they played the cleanser before the Harpy came out. That's a good draw, but I don't have to play it yet. Whoa! Alright, fair enough. I'm just gonna pass. I still want the game to go long. I don't have to equip this. I'd rather be able to get this back. Like, I have enough lands that my dragons are active now. I just want the game to keep going. I have this thing for Pegasus Coursers, so I'm not gonna get clocked by Courser plus this. Yeah, them being at 3 minutes also helps me encourage me to go long, but I think I want that anyway. There's the Pride Mate, late. Were they saving the 1/1 for it? No. It would have been sick if they were saving the 1/1 in hand for this, and they got me to use my Archer. That would have been pretty sick. weirdly not great. Oh no. Ugh. Keep knocking these off. I will not be attacking, thanks. Thanks for the offer, Moto. They snap played that 5th land. Yeah, Angel. Alright. This is going to be hurting. Gotta just double that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 13. 3, 4, 5. Wait, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Huh. No, this thing just represents too much damage, right? Because I can save 1 more damage this turn, and 2, 1, 3. No, it comes out to more damage. So let's say I double here, and go to 2, get back Skelly Mans, Spark Tongue, the Angel. I have 3 blockers, plus then the dragon. So I have 4 blockers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. So I can go to 1. No, that's death. Right? I take 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to 2. And then I have 1, 2, 3 blockers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. Let's say I block here and here, then I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I go to 3. I have the same number of blockers. I shoot this. So I have 1, 2, 3 blockers. No, I still die. Alright, so I have to do this. And then I don't even know if I have an out. I have 1, 2, 3, 8 mana. So yeah, I can't even really do what I want to do. That's unfortunate. And we get the draft again. Yeah, I think the equipment's good. I could have boarded this out, the rose gloves. Just because it doesn't impact the board enough for a like very board dependent matchup. But my other card was a 3/2, you know? What? How did they gain life? These things have lifelink? Oh wow, I'm definitely dead. I didn't know the cat's got lifelink. Yeah, so like if I had just drawn one of these off of the first thing, then I could have like killed this, and then had another blocker, and then used the next one and like totally won the game very easily. But like I drew 7 extra cards and just didn't draw the things I needed. Oh well. Our deck was excellent, but we kept a very, very loose one and did not get there. Do you have a favorite color or archetype for draft? No. I'm not really a guy that has big preferences. I kind of just draft what's open or what I think I can get away with. Um, I might lean more towards controlling decks than aggressive decks, but besides that, my preferences aren't that strong one way or another. Um, so yeah, I could have had not gloves. Could have just had a random body, a 2/2 or the 3/2 menace. I also could have played a 2/2 over one of the 3/2 menaces. Um, and I could have mulliganed my hand game three. I think it's a keep, but it's close. Um, yeah, I mean, game two I lost solidly, and game three I just bricked. Was trying to think of like what I could have done in game two, but I just like didn't draw hard removal. I only had one piece of hard removal, but I didn't draw that or like an archer or whatever, and they just got that big thing going, and then drew some cards, and then Pegasus me out, solidly defeated. Hey, I had one of these in my sealed deck back on what was that, Friday? Obviously, card is excellent. Sovereign's insane. Rest of the pack is whatever. Skyscanner's definitely like a top common to first pick just because it goes in everything. It's colorless. But your pack would have to be pretty weak to do that. But Angel's game. Ooh. Open the Graves is fun. I don't know how good it is. We made it work on our draft on Monday. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Our draft earlier this week. I posted it to YouTube. If you guys and girls want to check that out. Um, we drafted a blue-black control deck that utilized Open the Graves pretty well. Um, Bloodletter, Dragon. I mean, I think we just Angel after Angel. But lots of good cards in this pack, for sure. Oh, wow. Cleric Bonds Stag. Actually, don't think that deck was that good. Could be aggressive enough and remove low tempo to stay in the game. Yeah, I mean, strong disagree. Like, I was definitely a control deck. I had some tempo-y cards, but it was more of a, like, flyers type aggressive, not like an actual aggressive deck. And then Caress, the multiple big draw cards, the Sovereign, and three Dragons is like definitely enough to win long games. I'm just gonna take this, even though Bonds might be slightly better in general. I'm kind of setting up to be a like a blue-white Flyers type deck more than anything else. Gonna stag over Courser though. But I think Cleric and Bonds and Stag are all very, very close in power level. I think Courser is like one step down from those, the Pegasus Courser. Still very good though. Dragon's Horde. That's going to be tough to use. I will Divination. I think Dwindle's good, but I think Div's better. At least the first Div is better than the first Dwindle. Is that true? Do I agree with myself on that? Maybe not. Maybe I just dwindle. Especially if I'm this like Flyers tempo deck. I don't know. I don't know if that's right. I don't feel smart now. Though maybe I take this thing. This thing's great with the Sky Scanner, obviously. Bond seems the least replaceable of them. I mean, Stag is equally, if not more, irreplaceable. This thing's kind of irreplaceable in the fact that like you can just play another 2-drop or another flyer, but not both in the same card. I think I'm just going to div, but I think that a spec on this wouldn't be the worst. If div weren't here, I would take this over the chaplain, I think. Blue-white is going to be light on removal, so maybe I take the apparatus. Anticipate's only really good. It's like pretty replaceable. I mean, it is a replaced card, but it gets way better if you have a bunch of counters and stuff. But I don't think we're going to be that style of deck. So I think I would take Divination over Anticipate pretty easily. But I think I'm going to take Apparatus. It would have been good with that 1-3 if we had taken that. Drillmaster. Fine 2-drop, has some play late. Harpy is very late. This card should be taken by now for sure. I was gonna say like take one of these in case I'm green, white, and stuff, but I actually think it's more likely that I use this than that I go green and need one of those cards. This card's actually quite good and very good in this deck. This card's underrated. This is the like sleeper card that people are still figuring out. Pack Beast with these two seems good. Vanguard's kind of a black-white life gain or very aggro, ground aggro card. But Pack Beast can get it done. Plum's good against me, but it's a league, so I don't have to worry about that. Ooh, foil. How good is Harpy? Seems a little meager for an uncommon. No, it's insane. It's insane. It's going to be a Happy Black Mage from this first pack, probably directly to your left. Maybe. I don't think I passed the Sovereign pack 1, but I think that was it. I don't remember passing much more black up until the end of that pack there. Might be forgetting stuff, though. Trash Master. Bugler, I think, is worse than Deckhand. I have a surprising amount of 3-power things anyway, but I think Deckhand's also just excellent, so happy to take it. Yeah, we're not committed to blue by any stretch. We are leaning more towards blue than these two cards makes it seem, because since we have so many flyers, we kind of have like these flyers and these like Horn Turtle type cards. So blue-white flyers is more likely than anything else, even if these weren't here, and then these being here obviously weighs that direction as well. Lightning Strike. And Shock. Surge Mare is actually quite good, even if you're blue-white flyers. Or even if you're not blue-white flyers. Obviously, like a Super Horned Turtle is good as blue-white flyers. The only question is if blue-blue is hard to cast. I think Lightning Strike's slightly better, but than Surge Mare directly, but Lightning Strike's not better than Surge Mare and Deckhand and Divination and Dwindle. Blue-blue's kind of annoying, but we're going to be like 9-8 anyway. Yeah, right. Happy to pick up Bonds. Obviously passing a Dragon and an Archer is not great, but I think Strike would have been a mistake. I would have taken Dwindle if I was not taking the Surge Mare. Sift is very good. Second Dragon's Horde. Duel? Helps with that Surge Mare. And Resplendent Angel. Sparky. I think Novice Knight is fine. I would play it. I would play it even if I didn't have ways to activate it. Just because like doing two things in a turn and being able to like clog up the ground while your flyers win games is what you want to be doing. Rogue Reinforcements. Just gonna take Courser. Could take Vengeance. I think Courser's Stag is just like, how do they even get out of it, you know? Yeah, exactly. Just a really good blocker. Like I would be close to playing an 04 for one. I mean, we already play 05s for two a lot of the time in some of these weird blue decks. And a 2-3 is way better than an 04. All right. Not the deck where it's at its best. This card being here is offensive. The Elf is also very, very good. This is a mystery and not actually that good in our deck, but still plenty good enough to play. We'll get like a Disperse or whatever. We'll get a couple more spells for sure. Lightning there. I already have a Falcon. I don't think I would want to play many of them anyway. It's possible I play against like all 2/2s deck and I want Scholar. I don't see myself being anything other than blue-white anymore. I think that ship sailed when I took Deckhand, Surge Mare, and Sift. Anticipate helps my Salvager a little bit. I could have taken Plummet out of that last pack. I thought about it, and then I could have taken the Expanse. Maybe I could have made something happen there. But I'm happy with Anticipate. Happy with this thing too. Don't hope to have to play it, but these plummets going around, hopefully that means that nobody can play them because they're real good against me. And foil. Somebody's trying to tell me to be green. Too late, buddy. So we need a couple pieces of removal and a couple more flyers. And that's it. Oh, hello. Too bad you suck in limited. Liliana. E-Price. Liliana. Untouched. $5? $4? I'll take $4. Hopefully we can get a scatter and a disperse in this pack. Not tabling anything either. Maybe Pack Beast, I guess, but I don't really even want one. Want a second one. Murder? Easy Stag. Would definitely play another Dwindle if I get it. Huh. This is actually interesting. First of all, these cards being here after that last draft. So Sun Cleanser is a really good Horned Turtle, but I don't think I need any more. Sky Scanner is good just in general with the flyers and stuff, and the Pack Beast. Scholar has a couple of artifacts to hit, and Drill Master is a 2-drop that can kind of play with the flyers. I think Sky Scanner's got to be the pick. If I already had a Sky Scanner, maybe I would take Scholar. But Sky Scanner kind of does everything I want it to. If the Sunclays are wheels, I'll probably play it. Huh. I would take second div over second salvager, but I think I'm going to take second salvager over third div. Really hope that I get... Oh, I have a sift also. It's definitely got to be salvager. Really need a disperse and or a scatter. Woof. Second Dwindle over Invoke. I want an Invoke because I have 2 salvagers, so if it's good, it's definitely gonna be good. But I think Dwindle is just a step above. We got our Take Vengeance. So you gotta invest 15 mana over 3 turns minimum, but probably 4 turns. There's gonna be a deck that can use it, I bet. Somebody will try and make it work. I don't know if it'll be any good. But Take Vengeance is perfect for us. Another spell, cheap spell for these things too. Ooh. Artificer, I only have... like, this thing doesn't attack. So Artificer doesn't help with that. I'm just going to take another Take Vengeance. Chill is actually pretty good, I think. But Take Vengeance is going to be better for our deck. I wouldn't mind a second Apparatus either. Ooh, Rogue Gloves. I don't really have that many flyers. 2, 3, 4. I mean, like... it works with this, but it doesn't really work with these. Works with this, actually, right? It only sacks on a spell. Guess I should still totally lost. Gloves is like close to being good enough. Oh, we got our disperse back. Second pack beast has got to be better than Sun Cleanser, right? Harpy was still in that pack, wasn't it? Jesus. This card's kind of legit in our deck, too. Might be a sideboard card, though. We might play Muddy Leap, too. Cards like Stag are just like, they have to block it. And if they have like 2/2/2s, say they have like 3 2/2s or 2/1s or whatever, right? I guess they have to be 2/2s. Which is like a pretty common board, you know, 2/3s, 2/4s, whatever, that type of board. You attack with Stag and like tap the 2/4, right? So then they just have 2 2/2s left. They have to block, right? Like getting Stag off the board turns their 2/4 back on. And it's a huge trade up, and like it's a mandatory block. And Mighty Leap just crushes them. Crushes their soul. Yeah, there were a bunch of green-black cards, but I think they were flowing in opposite directions. I don't think all those green-black cards that we passed went into the same deck. Alright, so I need... This is probably a 16 lander, so I need 5 cuts. Yeah, well, nobody was those decks. Like, black was wide open. Is why we saw all that go so late. I don't think I need Priest main. I can board that in. Drill Master's probably not worth playing. Maybe. I can cut Anticipate. I don't really have instants where like I want to leave up Scatter, and then if they play a spell, then I can use that mana to Anticipate. I don't really have that going on. I want to just tap my mana for divinations or whatever. And Disperse is the only like trick I have. Totally lost. Doesn't really like leaving up 5 and spending 2 of it is not really an escape route. If you're leaving up 5, you're casting this, unless it's like both of you have no cards and you pass with this up, then it doesn't matter. You know, you don't have an Anticipate in hand with it. And that's the only time that you would leave 5 up and not cast it. Yeah, because we saw like the green-black uncommon and the black-white uncommon, and then we saw the Jund Dragon and like all the black cards. It was just super, super open. All of the black color combinations. So I need 2 more cuts. Because I do believe this to be a 16 lander with double divs, this thing. Stuff to do early. I do kind of have stuff to do late. Maybe I can play 17. I got these things. I got the pack beasts with this or Sky Scanner. This thing might want me to spend mana. I could play 17. Sift, no, I think Sift is just too good not to play. Even though I agree with you that it kind of sticks out as weird in this deck. I can only cut 1 more creature. Playing double salvager, I think it's 17. If we want 16, we would cut a salvager. I'm inclined to agree with that. So what does that deck look like? That would be cutting like these two and playing 16. Or I can play these and cut like these and play 17. I think I like that more, but I don't know if div is the last cut. I think totally lost is better than sift. Well, I think sift is better, but also I just want to play both. I think cutting Pack Beast, second Pack Beast is okay, but now I can't cut any more creatures because I only have 13, and a couple of them don't really attack, like these and this. So it has to be a spell. It can't be... It can't be like any of these. I think dwindles are also uncuttable. I think with double salvager, I want to play the totally lost so that I have something impactful to get back. Kind of vengeance over div. I think it's important to have impactful things for this to get back. Because like if I'm spending a turn to draw cards and then spending a turn getting it back and spending another turn to draw cards, I'm just gonna die, right? I'm just gonna be too far behind. I think it's salvager. What's oh, this thing? It might be. Yeah, Velvet Phoenix. I feel like that's true. Like these are all too impactful. I think Sift is better than the second divination anyway. I don't really want to cut Totally Lost just because I want another thing of value for these to get back. Or not of value, but of impact for these to get back. So that leaves me with the div. Right? Can't cut a creature. These are all... Oops. These are all cards I definitely want in my deck. I think dwindles are too good. I think divination is better, or first sift is better than second divination. So that leaves us with these. Right, I only need one cut, so it would not be that. So it's these, and I think divination edges worse to totally lost. I think it's close, but I think I'm gonna do this. It's like this is kind of acts as the second divination anyway, and then this acts as a third or fourth. Yeah, I'm gonna play it like this. And then 881. I think we're pretty evenly split. Yup. Yeah. I hate how it does this. whatever. I'll just have a shitty screenshot. It's fine. Oh, I should stop swearing. I've only slipped up like twice. But, Lasson said he put me on the big screen on his store, so... Save. It's a battle. We have some good sideboard options, too. Another one of these, and the 2/4, the priest. Revitalize. And the serpent. I will play first. And I will keep. I have a blue-blue spell in my deck, so even though it doesn't matter here, I do want to be in the habit of playing the island first. If I draw 3-drop into lands, it might be over. The swiftest of claws. The Take Vengeances are pretty sweet in my deck when I have stags and stuff. Even if they're in a defensive mode, I can still get value out of them. Whoa. This is a huge turn. Like, my opponent's turn right now is super critical. If they can, like, do 2 things in the turn or whatever. Like, if their turn is just, like, play 1 thing, then they're in trouble. Yeah. I think I talked about this card the other day, but I think it's bad. Sometimes you have to play some like filler creatures in the middle of your curve. But I think if you're really aggressive and this is the top of your curve, like you're like red-white aggro where you have a bunch of these, and like the top of your curve is stags and these, and you have a bunch of sure strikes, then I think it's actually kind of sweet. Yeah, I'll do this. They're just dead in 2 in the air anyway. So I want to keep my life total high in case they just like play 2 creatures this turn and then next turn have like Lava Axe. I wonder if there's going to be a Lava Axe deck. I used to draft that in core set. God, I can't remember what core set it was. But I would just draft like defensive creatures, like it was blue-red. So you get all the like horn turtles and whatnot. Your 1/3s for 2, Maritime Guard or whatever that card was. And then you would play as many red removal spells and Lava Axes as you could. And like if you'll have like a flying alright. If you have like a flying haste or something like that, you know, that card's insane in that deck. That's a good draw. M19, maybe. I really couldn't tell you. Because all the core sets just like run together in my head. I've played so many of them, and they're all so similar. I'm gonna go ahead and block. Electrify Angel. I am gonna play this land. Because if I draw a Sift, I'll be able to discard one of the cards, and I have Divinations. Alright. Yesterday I was playing Dominaria, and 20 someone with Kicked Fight with Fire doubled with Mirari's Wake. The Mirari Conjecture. That's sick. That's the dream. When they printed the spoiler, that was like one of the things that people looked at, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this at some point during the set's life, and you actually got to pull it off. M10 through M13 were especially samey card-wise. The only thing that got mixed up is M12's balls to wall aggressive. Yeah, the formats were different. They just, like, the cards, a lot of the cards and the types of cards were the same, and like, obviously they have similar names, and we're only a year apart from each other or whatever, so, like, they all just run together in my head. Like, I literally top-8'd a Grand Prix in one of them, and I couldn't tell you what format, what set I top-8'd the Grand Prix in. Because it was one of those sets, and my brain doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to board these in. I'm going to board out this. I want to get this in my deck too. I just cut the other one of these. I need very little card advantage to actually defeat this opponent. I was going to cut an island for a plains, so now that I'm boarding these out, but I still want to be able to cast this. This is, like, excellent against this opponent, obviously. Let's play it like this. Yeah, Triplicate Spirits was pretty messed up. There were a lot of messed up rares in those sets, but that's just kind of comes with the territory. But I said this on Twitter, I think. I love the M sets. Core Set Limited is, if you collate them together, Core Set Limited is almost certainly the format that I have the highest win rate in. Because it's just good old-fashioned Magic, you know, combat, playing around stuff, making sure your deck functions, card advantage, inevitability, stuff like that. Good old-fashioned Magic. It was M13 in Costa Rica, by the way. Thank you. Now I know. Until next time I forget. Sucks I can't do anything this turn. It's part of the reason I boarded in that 2-mana gain 3 draw card. It's just to not burn this mana. Yikes. I guess I do this. Yeah, it seems pretty sick. There was a Corset GP, like Seattle or Tacoma or one of those, um, that had an awesome black-white deck. I went X and 1 on day 1, I think. And that's one of the GPs that, like, I remember the most from. Like, I have a lot of stories from that GP, for whatever reason. That is not an effective way to get out of this. Yeah, the top 8 of that GP was insane. Like, I I don't think that I'm like amazing or whatever, but I was by far the worst player in the top 8, if that tells you anything. It was like me and Pascal, and then just mono nut highs. It really stinks that this was an island and not a plains. It was Ochoa, Raptor, Ben S, Shuhei, who ended up beating me and winning. Um, Me, Pascal, Willie, Adel, and Martin Jusa? I'm not sure about Martin, but the rest of those are right. Sharfman, thank you. Pro Tour champion David Sharfman. Yeah, I said Ochoa. Sharfman. I said Juza instead of Sharfman. I'm like trying to think of a way where this attack is wrong. There's no way this attack can be wrong, right? I think I just win anyway. I'm actually gonna not attack. It's like so overly conservative to not attack here, but I think I'm okay doing it. Kind of want to do it like this. In case it is that +2/+1, then I can attack with the stag and tap this and take vengeance hit. If I just have one pump spell, then this is bad. Maybe I double here and let them choose if they have a pump. Because if it's another inspired charge, this thing gets eaten no matter what. Whatever blocks this gets eaten no matter what. And I still want to finish this thing off. Finish it off anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mighty Leap would save it. Fuck it, I'm just gonna double. Excuse me, language. It's just top 8 picture is pure gold. Is it? I don't know what my picture is. All I remember is the top 8 picture where we all like have our arms around each other and stuff. So literally all friends. It is another inspired charge. So it didn't really matter, but I did give them the choice here. and they chose wrong. Guess they didn't really have a correct decision. Yeah, I remember the top 8 picture was gas, but I do not remember my top 8 picture. Fair enough. Yeah, greeny tea exactly. They didn't really have. Both decisions were or both options were not great for them. I should have played this land. There's someplace you would love to see host a Grand Prix. Tim Hayton's basement or Las Vegas. That holds true. Cage. This is so aggressive. Why didn't they take the 4-2 for the stag there? I mean, they're just trying to kill me. Caleb with the host. The auto host. Thank you, my friend. So many shorts in one top 8 picture. Yeah, it was like 1,000,000 degrees and so humid. And like there was no food around. Oh, that GP was miserable. Except for the GP part, which was pretty great. But it was so hot and humid. It was like walking into a sauna, and then there was no food anywhere. And I think the room like wasn't air conditioned or like wasn't fully air conditioned. So we were just all dying. Yeah, no air. Oh, it was so miserable. Because I remember, um, because it was, yeah, it was a gym. It was a gymnasium, at like a local spa or whatever. And and I remember just like towards the back end of day one, I was like, I'm so tired. I've never been this tired. I've never been this tired at a Magic tournament. Like maybe at the end of, day 3 of a 3-day tournament or whatever. So I've never been this tired on a day one. And I realized I was just like sweating all day and dehydrated and miserable. So bad. back in back in 77. People still like don't believe that that like PTQ finals would happen at Wendy's and stuff. Like that's just a lost part of Magic history. Yeah, I'll keep. The how's my back? It's good. Not great, but good. Thank you for asking. So my story for GP Costa Rica is that I wasn't gonna go. Um, I had no plans on going whatsoever, and um, I was coming to Vegas. This is before I lived here, obviously. I was coming to Vegas with Shuhei after a GP. So there was like a GP, then we were going to Vegas, and then he was going to go to Costa Rica. I was going to stay in Vegas, and then like LA or something the week after. And so we we get to like Charlotte or Columbus or something. I want to. No, it was the South. I don't remember where, but it was a Southern GP. And I'm staying with Shuhei. And first time I see him in at that GP, he's like, "So you're coming to Costa Rica?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, you should come to Costa Rica." It's like, "I'm not coming to Costa Rica, man." He's like, "Okay, how much money do you have to make in Las Vegas to come to Costa Rica?" Because we were on our way there. And I was like, I don't know. We were only going to be playing poker for like 4 days, right? Because it was after the GP and then going on to the next GP. So, like, I don't know, like, 2 grand. Like, I just made up a number that was, like, going to be impossible to make at 1-3 or whatever. Uh, so, sure enough, our first night there, I have the best session of my life. I just, like, stacks and stacks and stacks. And he like on the sly. I don't know if I still have this picture. It's got to be somewhere. But there's a picture of me. I'm like looking the other way, and he sneaks a picture of me with my stacks, and tweets like, "Look who's coming to Costa Rica." So then a bunch of people were expecting me to go. So then I had to go, and I end up. Oh, and then I was still iffy about it, but then Sam Black was like, "So you come to Costa Rica?" I was like, "No," and he's like, "Well, I feel like if that was your decision, then you didn't have all the information necessary when you first made that decision." And I was like, "All right, what does that mean?" He's like, "Well, have you heard about the turtles?" I was like, "All right, lay it on me." So he told me about the turtles, and so I'm like, "All right, I'm more likely to go." And then the Shuhei thing happened, so I end up having to go to Costa Rica, and we're going to go see the baby turtles. Like they hatch and then they go down the beach, and the seagulls trying to eat them and stuff, and they get into the water. And so we're all excited to go do that. But it was like a 5-hour drive away on this bumpy ass road. We piled like 7 people into this Jeep, and it was miserable. And we get there and it's pitch black out and there's no turtles. There was an earthquake like a couple days before, so the turtles just like were on a completely different schedule and on like a beach over and had already gone, whatever. So it was like another miserable 5-hour drive back. Then we play the GP, and I lose to Ben S on day 1. We were playing to be EXO, and Ben S beats me. And then day 2, I lose to Ochoa or Sharfman. I played them both. I lost to one of them. And then we are uh, there's 2 rounds left, and if you win And then day two, I like, I get that one loss, but there's two more rounds in the draft. And if you win, you can draw, and if you lose, then you have to win. And I play against Shuhei, and he beats me in like this brutal match. Game one, I'm way ahead early, and he somehow stabilizes at like 2 life, and has like 5 Archaeomancers, and just like does all this insane Archaeomancy to get out of it. Ooh, I have to mulligan this, don't I? My opponent went plains, 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 scoop. I think I'm gonna mulligan. And I'll keep this. And I have to keep that. So game two, I win. I like just get him out before his Archaeomancers can get active. I lose. Wow, do I lose? I guess this thing's pretty good. Wish I bottomed. Say it. Game three, it goes super long. Oh God. I mean, I have 2 answers. That's step one. So we go to, am I really going to lose to this? What do I even do? Sorry, like, stop telling my story. Game goes super long, and I have one creature that can get through. My opponent's deck is like they have all this stuff, and then they just have a horror. I'm so confused. Ugh. Did we do it? Yeah. Infectious Horror is a weird one. God, my opponent's deck. Alright, alright. This game is wild. Ooh, maybe I should have kept this. There is a Ravenous Rats in this format. No way. Go to 1 there? Why? You get to trade for this, and then you have this for this one. I mean, this thing's gonna grow again. Or is it? This has got to be right, right? I should know if that's right, but I'm doing it. Well, there's nickel balls, but there's also the 1/3. It's a 1/3 flyer for 3B with Megrum and Ravenous Rats. No, Greeny Tea, there's another one. They just F6 through their turn. I don't know if you guys can hear that dog. It is very loud. So it is Mind Rot. Do I hold it because I have Sift? Or do I play it because I have Divination and Sift? And I don't want to get hit with that Spectre thing. If you don't have a card, then the Spectre doesn't get to drain you. It's just a 2/3, but I'll take it and play it. 7 out of 8 cards in a row are land. My opponent's first time playing Magic, so go easy on them. Oh, y'all can't really see the chat. First, no swamps. MTGO hates me. I just have like divinations and stuff, right? Oh, I've dispersed and totally lost. My opponent's gonna do the complain and win somehow. Sift is probably step 1. Then you get like a removal spell for this thing. The Wine and Win. Okay, we got there. Jackson! Jackson! On to finals. So I'm playing against Shuhei. He gets some Archaeomancers going. And so, but like he can't kill me, right? We grind super, super long. And then, Tim, tell me I have to keep this. I want to mulligan it so bad. So he can't kill me, but he like stabilizes or whatever. We get to the last part of the game where literally I have 3 cards left in my library. I'm not required to keep. Okay. And no, thank you. And I am just gonna play it on 1. I normally like waiting with this thing, but like I could draw a 2-drop or want to activate this on 3 pretty easily. Okay. All right. Thank you, chat folk. Mint Chalk Dublin, what's up? Don't even much care for Dwindle. I like it in my deck. I think that it's bad in a lot of people's decks. It just looks bad here because I like mulliganed on the play and don't have a creature. And they played like a token thing, you know. Oh, that's easy. Yeah. I have to think about that for a second. Which one I want them to chump with. Although, actually, doing it this way probably signals that I don't have, like, Disperse. I like Humphrey Bogart. That's good. That's pretty good. Large man. I just like clicked F2 like it was gonna let me not tap something. Uh-oh. Alright. Click too fast. They're thinking about it. Hey, we got there. So now I have lethal next turn. We found the axe deck. Why did they show that to me? Another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits. Goblin, dragon, goblin warrior. Should have blocked last turn. Say it. All right, we get to do this again. Probably want Pack Beast. The only spirits are the 2/1 that I have and the 1/3 Lord. And this thing. I would believe that if that were true, but yeah, check, let me know. Confirmed. All right. Thank you. It's definitely useful knowledge. 1/2 is not good enough, but it's 2, not you. 2/3 might be good enough. Is there a way that I can, like, bring both of these in? Probably not. I'd probably just play it like this. Oh, I'm at 41. Totally lost good fast enough. Yeah. I might just cut another one of these. I guess getting take vengeances back and the revitalize. It's part of the reason I'm bringing in the revitalize. Alright, I'll board out the totally lost. Good bar, you may be onto something. Knight of the Tusk is a card that I do think people don't board in enough. But for my deck and for their deck, no, I don't think it's worth bringing in. I don't really have anything I'd want to cut. It's a little too expensive for how aggressive they are, and it doesn't match up that well against their creatures. Like, they had menace things and 1/1 tokens and flyers, right? So 3/7 isn't good there. But there are definitely decks that it is excellent against, and decks that are more easily able to bring it in. So, I like your thought, just not this time. Otania, what's up? Yeah, I'm gonna play this on one again. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I don't think that's necessarily a mark against it. I guess it is. Hey, a 2-drop. I can't block this thing though, right? Beats. Elemental horse. You check eggs so I figure out who to thank when I finally get the lucky get a pretty Vulpix. And literally every egg I've gotten from you has been Meowth. You're welcome. I cannot block. My Vulpix came from my mother, but I've yet to tell her because then she will brag about it and feel that I owe her, which I do not. I just dwindle this thing. Maybe I just use this on it. Meh. Yeah, I mean, they're both useless, so might as well get the one uh, with more candy, or less candy to evolve. I agree with that, but obviously you don't choose between them anyway, so who cares? Tim, our little Hall of Famers growing up. Were you there when he was just like berating me the other day for like laughing at a handicapped? 89% bag on, nice. I need I think mine is also 81% or 89%, and then I have a 91 or 93% metal guy, and that's what I'm walking right now. And I'm at like 70-ish candies for bag-ons and 90-ish to 100 candies for the metal dude. But yeah, those are like two of the last evolutions I have to do. I'm running out of non-regionals that I need. I got an EX pass for the 19th, I believe, next week. So looking forward to that. I just got it in the set that went out yesterday. Articuno. I got a shiny Articuno, 89%, and then I got a non-shiny 98%. So I was happy with Articuno Day. 9 total out of 11 raids, 1 shiny and a 98%er. You blew it. Opponent is ghosting and a big Pokemon fan, just distracted in their upkeep. Yeah, man. The memes are true. That was truly the closest we've come to world peace. It was just when a sixth of the population was playing Pokemon at the same time. Yeah, I've quit a couple times and then just like come back when they added the next thing or the next event happened. I've never really taken a break longer than like a month. Um, I I live alone and I work at home, so like I don't really necessarily have reasons to go out very much. My opponent's grinder dotting me. Should I tell them that it's them? Um, so yeah, so I kind of, and there's no like stop in my house. There's one, I can reach it from the end of my apartment complex, but it's just a stop, not a gym. So like I use it as an excuse to get out. Otherwise, I would just never leave my apartment. Um, so I try and like get out and play, just for like 5 to 20 minutes every day, even if it's not an event or anything. Um, so that's the main reason I've kept up with it. And then obviously the events and stuff are sweet. The EXP or the XP event, the like triple for raids and hatches and doubles, or triple for what was it? Hatches and catches, and double for raids and 1 hour lucky eggs. That event was broken as hell. And then there was also Articuno Day and Squirtle Day during that event, and they all stacked. It was so broken. I went from like halfway into 37 into over halfway through 38. That event to me, and it lasting like 9 days or whatever it was, that to me means like they they don't care anymore, right? Like EXP or XP, I keep saying EXP, but they just call it XP. XP is like is they don't care about it, right? Like the with the trading the way that it is, they clearly said that um, that Stardust is the currency that matters, not XP or level. Um, so no, I did not hear about that, but it doesn't surprise me. That event was literally broken, um, any way that you look at it, um, to the point where I can make statements like they don't care about level. They they absolutely would just have everybody be level 40 for free if they could. Stardust is the currency that matters. And especially with like gifts and stuff too, but even before that, like the level up prizes are useless, and powering up your Pokemon to like full is not useful. Like most of your Pokemon, their last breakpoint or the last level you really need to level them up to is like 32 to I think a couple of them are at 34 and 36, but it's mostly like 32 or 33. So like all your levels past that just don't matter. The rewards are garbage. Should I restart my moto? This is making me nervous. Yeah, squeeze went the way of the dodo with leaks, unfortunately. I'll bring it back at some point. I'll stream like a Mox or a PTQ or something where there's round times. That sweet Archer background. I haven't changed it in a while. Next background. Oh, Futurama. Why does it crack a back every time I restart Magic Online? Oh, interesting, Tim. It looks like my opponent just has priority still. So their clock is moving and everything. What's the way to do this? Right here? Was that Boix that did Bob Ross streams? I think he did something like that. I don't know if we're talking about someone else though. Oh, like if you're gonna join a league. Like this one? Oh, these numbers changing? Oh, they're waiting for me to respond. They figured it out. Play lot. Oh, that one. I don't know who that other person is. But I like Boix. I liked Boix's stream. He doesn't play Magic anymore. My poor opponent is lagging out again. They finally got priority to cast their Sky Scanner and they can't draw a card. Wow, look at that. Look at the Boix emote. Puff Snap Gaming. On top of it. It's not trading. Or playing land. I feel like my opponent just hit F2 a bunch to draw this card. Okay, I'm back, I think. I thin. Do I dwindle this before I div? I'm gonna say yes. I'm back, I think. This does not match up well against that. Nor does this. This does. I can handle that. Five, four. I could play this and double. Or just trade this for this and take Vengeance this. So I would play this and Revitalize. Then I get to attack again. I think I'm going to play this no matter what, so I might as well do it before the Revitalize. And just, like, be leaving up mana. Because if I sorcery speeded the Revitalize, I don't know what I would hit that would change things. I can save an extra point this turn. Ugh. So I can pump this 3 times. If I wanted to go like block here, block here. That seems crazy. I gotta just do this, right? There's no way that taking this hit is right. I could also block this on this first. I would be trading the wall for the sky scanner. No, it's not good either. I'll just do this and hope to draw a flyer or something. I had to get a new phone last week. My phone finally died. I've had it forever. It finally went kaput. Oh, no second main play helps a lot. Hit something! Don't think I used that on Skyscanner. Yeah, I drew the bonds and the courser in the wrong order. I might need to cast this on this next turn, though, because they did axe me in game 1. Alright, never mind. I'm gonna have to trade my 2-1 for that 1-1. Probably just gonna get axed anyway. I don't think it matters. Garfank, what's up? Which one was it? Which one? Yeah, axe. Here it comes. Oh, dragon. Banefire. All right, you win. Bring in another one of these. It's like disperse bad. I don't remember what else they played. Huh. Strawsticles. I did know him. I did watch his stream a bunch. Slurms McKenzie, thank you for doing that. Jim Miles, what's up? Yeah, my back's not great, but it's better than it was, and I'm continuing to take steps to improve it, like physical therapy and working out and stuff. So yeah, so thanks for your concern, but it is legitimately doing much better. I guess I just don't have anything else to take out. There's no way that's true. This is just better than Stag, right? Is that true? Probably. I'm literally never attacking my opponent. Like it's all evasion and worrying about stabilizing. Look at this, bookcase into angel. It's just game. And then a 2-4. My God. Look at this hand. This game, I think that was game 2, so it's game 3. I think I won game 1, and then mulliganed. Remember, because they played like Dragon. Is that this opponent? Yeah, they played Axe. They played Axe when I won. They just like axed me from like 13 to 8 or whatever on the last turn. It's very bizarre. And that was extra bad to show me Axe because they also had Banefire. So like sometimes I'll do stuff like I'll axe somebody even though I'm dead, and then I'll board out the axe. But my opponent has a Banefire in their deck, so there's no way they should have shown me axe. Liliana's a dagger? Yeah, I mean, it's not good or playable, but I'll take $4. That's an awkward draw. We never saw Lightning Strike from this opponent. I think we saw Electrify, but that was it. What? What's wrong with your back? I have upper back issue. Come on with the extra click. I even have these things in my deck. If I drew Island, I would have just played these two, I think. Probably not. I probably would have played this anyway. This thing is too useful for other stuff. I got that covered. Got that covered. Huh. I will take it. There's nothing that costs 1 in either of these colors, right? Okay. I mean my colors. Isolate is exile a colorless creature. Am I thinking of the right card? No, it's anticipate, not opt. Also, that wouldn't really matter for what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when I'm tapping out -1 color, which one should I leave up before I had this in play? Just get div back, right? I don't need the 3 life at 21. The only reason I would take Revitalize here is the mana, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I'm just gonna like draw a flyer and kill with that. But theoretically, I could do this and this. Just invest a whole turn into getting in some damage and looting once. My opponent's board's too big, though. It's never gonna happen. Herd of Turtles, 91. What's up? What was the Banefire tell? You think, my opponent's last card is Banefire? I'm not doubting it. I just don't. I didn't catch what. Is that a Banefire tell on horse? I don't know what you're referring to. Wish I had Mighty Leap. I have one on my board, I think. Be pretty sweet with this thing. Well, disperse on this can be something. Let's start here, obviously. Huh. Is it too insane to not cast that? probably have to cast it. If I don't cast it, I get to keep up pump and disperse or double pump. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. So I don't have enough to salvager, like disperse salvager, and then next turn salvager, divination, and something, right? Alright, I'll just cast it. Sure. I don't think that helps me do anything. Could cast it on one of the menace things. Yeah, actually, let's just do that. No. So they just draw like 2 flyers. I'm going to want to hit one with this. No, it's a lot of damage actually. I'm just going to cast it. It's like pretty conservative, but if they just like play one more haste or an alpha, it's actually a shocking amount of damage. Should I disperse my salvager next turn? I can disperse it and then divination or cast it divination and have 2 up. Might be better to wait until they send, make sure I don't need to disperse. And then use it. Oh, I don't know. Tim, what do you think, if you're still here and paying attention? I could go to my turn, and then if I draw land, disperse and cast divination. Disperse, salvager, and divination in the same turn, but then I'm tapped out. I really don't want that to happen. Yeah, but Garfunk, that costs me 2 blockers. Nothing? Alright. Yes, that's the exact card I was thinking of. Yay! Hello. Let's just do... No, I can play Courser. I got enough things going on. I do want to leave up 2 for Disperse and or this activation, so I don't want to play Stag. This thing, Stag doesn't get me, doesn't do anything for me here anyway. I'm actually just gonna do this and take 5. Do I have lethal somehow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. I probably just... Was it glorious charge that made you reconsider that block look fine the first time? I think it was fine either way. Um, I just wanted to keep my 2/4 around because it squares up these things. And I didn't want to lose 2 blockers for 2 attackers when I could lose 1 blocker for 1 attacker and then use a spell instead. Il macca, il macca. Even with the dwindled thing. Need to consider playing around stuff. I think it's just desperation / banefire. Yeah, I mean, Trumpet Blast and Inspired Charge are basically the same in terms of, how to play around them. There we go. All right. Yes, I see the clock. I don't need more than like 20 seconds. Probably could have done it a little better, but really don't think it matters. So, while they're tanking, or whatever they're doing, so our first draft, our deck was excellent. Um, Kept a loose one in game 3, you know, I don't know, magic happened. And this deck, I think, was also quite good. And we are in the finals and looking like we're going to win, but maybe somehow we lose. So I think that's pretty good. Still liking the format. You know, just a few drafts in. And, yeah. Looking forward to streaming it again. I'm back to 2 streams a week, so I'll be on next week. My opponent disconnected with a minute 30 left. Attack, maybe they'll just take all of it and I can Banefire them. Oh, they blocked anything? X out. Yeah, format's pretty sweet. Again, limited sample, but I'm enjoying it a lot. But also, it's a bias sample because I love core set limited anyway. But I got to do that sweet blue-black thing, and then I got... I thought I was going to be red-black sacrifice, but I ended up just being like a good red-black deck. But still losing. The green-white decks look awesome. All the blue combinations look awesome. This blue-white thing was good. But there's a couple ways you can build blue-white too, which I like. There's like 3 or 4 ways you can build blue-white, which is insane. But yes, I'm enjoying it. There's definitely a couple things I wish were different and would change if I had supreme power, but that's going to be the case no matter what. Hey! And a $4 bill. All right, that's going to be it for me tonight. Turn that down. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hanging out. Thanks for the hosts and stuff. Ooh, Resplendent Angel's a $4 bill, too. I'm rich! Alright, see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. And, yeah, make sure you're following me here and or on Twitter. And I'll be back probably on Monday, but definitely twice next week. Good night, everybody. Rayjet, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the follows to the new people from Caleb's stream too. Hello, hello. Degro FM. Thank you, thank you. All right, see y'all next week.